In this session, we will explore about Google Cloud Service account. And before exploring on Google Cloud Service account, we will play with Gcloud and GS utility commands. And then we will slowly jump into service account concepts. So first what I am going to do, I will deploy my Cloud Shell machine. Cloud Shell I will activate. Let me open it in a bigger window. Let me close this and let me clear it. So now what we will first do, we will okay, yeah, so we will run Gcloud compute space instances space list. So it is saying I do not have any instances. Yeah, I do not have any instances at this moment. And I will do a storage listing as well by using gs util command. And yeah, I do not have any storage created at this moment. Let me go to cloud storage. I do not have any cloud storage bucket created, so it is not listing anything, and even there is no instance as well. So now what I am going to do, let me create one file and we will name it as test service, otherwise just give it as test xyz dot txt. Yeah, the file got created. We can see that file test xyz dot txt, right? So this file got created. Now what I am going to do is let me run the command gs util, and then what is our file name, one moment, let me note down that file name. Test file test xyz.txt, right? So and which is our present working directory. Yeah, first let me type gs util copy cp, and let me give this full directory. Actually it is not required because we can just directly give the file name also, not a problem, but I am giving the absolute or full path. And which is our file, it is test xyz dot txt, right? Yeah, and now the file is copying from my present working directory, but I have given the full path of the present working directory and then the file name. And now where I want to copy, I want to copy into my Google Cloud storage bucket, right? So before that we have to ensure there should be a cloud storage bucket, right? So I am going to create a bucket test bucket test bucket doublet we will give as number, uh, yeah, some other name we will give, test bucket Sanoj, I will give my name Sanoj test bucket. Okay, and let's select the regional storage for this session, for this session. Let me click on create. our storage bucket got created, right? So now let me come back to the Cloud Shell. So now let me hit on enter. The wrong arguments, wrong number of arguments for cp command. Yeah, because we did some mistake, right? I don't know why that our gs cloud storage we have in past, right? Our command was incomplete, so only source information we provided. We have not provided where it has to go. So always you have to give the extension gs google cloud storage, and then which bucket we have to give. The bucket name is this one, right? Yeah, this is the bucket name. And now we have the source file information, and this file where it has to move in the google cloud storage, and then in the bucket with the name Sanoj test bucket double eight double eight, right? So let me hit enter. The operation is completed, right? It did not ask me the credentials or anything. The operations is completed. It the session whatever we are seeing here, this cloud shell session is established against the user Veloth learn cloud 3, right? So with this permission, this is the project, he is the project owner and he have the full permission, and it assumed that permissions, and it without asking any credentials or anything, it was able to create the sorry, it was able to copy the file. Now if you want to copy that same file to back to otherwise, let's do one thing, let's upload one more file. I'll just upload this file. So now we will download it here to local. So gs util uh, again cp command. Now from the newly uploaded file, I have just uploaded one file to the cloud storage bucket now, and that is this file, right? g1.jpg, that we will download to my cloud shell. So cp, here first we have to provide our storage information. I will just copy this. I'll just copy this and paste it here, and then I'll just pass my home directory information. So where I want to, which in the cloud shell, which path I have to copy the file, I will just tell that. And then we have the source information. Source is our cloud storage bucket, and we did not say so one thing we missed. What is that? Means we have not provided any file name, right? g1.jpg, this file I want to download or I want to copy. Then where I want to copy, in my home directory of the cloud shell machine I will need to copy it. So let me hit on enter. No url matched. Yeah, so my file name was wrong. It was g1.jpg, right? It's not g.jpg. My file name is g1.jpg, right? Yeah, so let me change it. Yeah, the file got downloaded and we can see that file, right? G1.jpg. So this is how we will transfer copy using copy command to cloud storage bucket, and from cloud storage bucket we can copy into the local machine, right? I mean, not into the local machine, to the cloud shell. So now what we will do, so here we have not passed any credential because of we logged in into the session as the user who have the full permission on the project. So he was able to do all these tasks, right? Without passing any credential, he was able to do that. Now what we will do, I will create a VM instance now. let me give the VM instance name as instance 1. Let it be same name, let it be on the same name. So here in this lab, most of the time we will select Ubuntu as the operating system. So let me select an Ubuntu operating system. Let me take this version and then click on select, and I am not going to configure any other thing, leave everything as default, and then click on create. So this VM instance is getting created. Yeah, so let us wait. Let's wait. Yeah, the instance is came up. Now what we will do, we will take the SSH session. I will try to run same commands from this machine as well. I mean Gcloud or GS utility commands. We will try to run from here and we'll see what is happening. I got an error and I just hit on reconnect. Let us see whether I am able to connect into the SSH session of the newly created VM instance. Yeah, it connected now. So let me clear the screen once. Now what we will do, we will run the same command, right? Gcloud compute space instance space list. Gcloud compute space instances. The command is instances, right? I missed an S here. Yes. Yeah, so here Gcloud compute instance space list, right? So it is telling request had insufficient authentication scopes, because this session we got not against this Veloth Learn Cloud 3 user, right? It's a new VM and it does not have any session established with Veloth Learn Cloud 3. It's an individual VM, not like our Cloud Shell machine, and it does not have an authentication to work with our GCP cloud services and provide the information or create new services. It does not have any authentication and authorization to do that. So now what we will do, I this thing we have already done in our previous lab by creating the by downloading the SDK, and we have installed it on our personal laptop. But this time we are not going to install it on our personal laptop or anywhere. We will install on this VM itself. So we have basically we have to install the Google Cloud SDKs, right? So now what we will do, at our in our previous lab we have done it by downloading that zip file and then unzipping and then installing it, I think. But now what we will do, we will use pip command to install the Gcloud utility. So let me verify, let me update the OS first once. Sudo apt-get update. So let me update the operating system once. Let me install pip now. Sudo apt install python hyphen pip. Let me click on yes. 15. Yeah, let it complete. Let us wait some more time. I think it is on 40 percentage. 76. Let's wait for some more time. Yeah, it got completed, right? So now what we will do, it installed the pip, right? Now what we will do, we will try to install the Gcloud utility, right? Gcloud SDK or utility that we will try to install. Gcloud. Yeah, it's getting downloaded and it's getting installed. Let's I think let's try to run some command now. Gcloud, our first command will be something like Gcloud Init, right? Let me init. So let me give a fresh version. Sorry, let me give into login with a new account. These are the only two options we have, right? Let me type two and y. And what we have to do is this, go to the following link in the browser, right? So here let me copy this link. I copied, and then what I have to do is to paste it in the browser. So this is my user, and let me click on allow. So you will get a code here, right? Just copy that code, and then yeah, so let me paste that code here. So now you have the connection. It is asking which project. In my case, it is the first project. Just enter one and again hit on enter. Which region do you want to configure a default compute region and zone? I will tell as yes, and we will do our work mostly on US Central 1A. So let me minimize. US Central 1A, right? So that is 8th, right? So I will just give it the number as 8. Yeah, so now we have the connection Gcloud space init, and now what we will do, we will run our command compute space instances space list. Yeah, so now we got our VM up and running, right? So we can list it. So it means that now it is able to communicate with your with our Google Cloud account with the SDKs installed, and now it is able to communicate. So let me create one file. Let me use the gsutil command. Let me use the gsutil command, gsutil cp test file, and what is our cloud storage bucket name? Our cloud storage bucket name is yeah, copy the name. Sorry. Let me copy once again. Yes. So here also it is able to copy the file now. So what we have done is, in the Google Cloud Compute Engine VM instance we have deployed, and in that Compute Engine VM instance we have did the Gcloud init. After installing all cloud SDKs and everything, we done Gcloud init. So initiated the configuration, we passed which project ID, which which project ID and which zone belongs to. Then it meanwhile it generated a token because it provided a URL and that we pasted in the browser. When we pasted in the browser, it asked for the authentication. So when it asked for the authentication, again I provided the same username, right? The same username I provided, and with this user it generated a session now. So in the Cloud Shell, we do not want to do this manual configuration. In the Cloud Shell, when I click the Cloud Shell, automatically the session is getting established against this user. But in the Google Cloud SDK, so I told, right, in which account. So when it asked for the token generation, it asked me, when I pasted that link in the web browser, it asked me against which user it want to generate. Then I selected again Veloth Cloud Learn 3, and with that user it generated the session. Now that user, whatever permission is having, so for example, if you see here, right, so one moment, let me switch to the IAM page. Let me switch to the IAM page once. Most of the task this Veloth Learn Cloud will be able to do it. Why? Because this guy will be having the full permission, as he is the owner of the project. You can see, right? So he is the owner of the project, so most of the permission he will be having. So in the session also can do that much task. I mean, most of the task in the session we can do it. I mean, in the command line we can do those, because it our IAM user Veloth Learn Cloud 3 have most of the permission. So that's what I want to tell. So now we have done via Cloud Shell, and we have done via SDK, and in both case it assumed the user Veloth Learn Cloud 3, and whichever permission Veloth Learn Cloud 3 have, this session also will be having it. So now what we will do, here and all we have to either do some manual configuration, or somewhere our personal information is getting saved inside this operating system. And so there are some challenges here, right? So either we are passing, either we are authenticating by manually doing some process, and in the Cloud Shell it's always connected, yeah, but here we are passing the credentials, right? So now what we will do, we will explore a little on the Google Cloud service account. So let me close this. Before closing this, let me revoke all the authentication. Auth space revoke. So it will revoke all the credentials what we configured just now, right? So now let me run one more command, again the same command what we run earlier, Gcloud compute space instances space list. It will not be able to do it because the saved configuration we just revoked, right? It should throw some error, but it won't be able to. Yeah, it is coming, request had insufficient authentication scopes. Why? Because we removed all the configurations what we entered and configured earlier. So now let me close this window, and let me come back to my VM instance page. And here, not no, sorry, not here. So what we will do, we will create a service account now. Just going to click on service account, and let me click on service account, and let me give my essay test I will give, and let me click on create and continue. Let me click on done. So here, first what I will do, I will come back to IAM, and then I will add the necessary permission. So service account, first, where is the service account? Yeah, let me copy the service account name, and here we have to add it manually. this is for giving the permission. So as soon as you created the service account, it will not be there in the IAM console. So IAM console is to add the permission. So I selected the created service account name here, and then I am going to giving the permission. So first I will give permission on cloud storage. Let me find out the cloud storage first. Yeah, so then I will give you can do always fine grained permission. Maybe at this moment I am giving storage admin full permission, but in under storage, what whether read access or only write access or viewer access, whichever fine grained permission based on your custom requirement you can provide. But as of now I am providing storage admin full permission, and then I am clicking on service. So now what I will do, I have created a service account with the name my SA test, and in the IAM console, for that my SA test, we have given storage admin permission. So now what I will do, I will come back to VM instance. Let me click on instance 1. Let me click on edit. Let me come down to service account. I am not able to change, right? I am not able to change it. So we have to stop the VM instance to edit the service account. So let me cancel this page and let me stop the VM instance first. Yeah, stopped it. Let's wait some time to get that reflected. Let me refresh the page once. Let's wait some more time. It's taking time. Let's wait. Yeah, it got stopped. So now the VM got stopped, right? So now we will try to select the service account what we just created, right? Let me click on edit. We will come down and under security we have that option, right? Yeah, so here in the identity API access, select service account, and I am going to select my SA test. Let me save the configuration. It's taking time. Yeah, it got saved. The configuration got saved. So now what we will do, we will turn on our VM. Let me refresh the page. Yeah, instance started running now. So now what I will do, I will do an SSH session If you remember, already we have revoked all the credentials what were saved before. When we using a Google SDK, we saved some authentication configurations, right? So that we used Gcloud auth revoke command, and we revoked all the access already. And then after that we again run some Gcloud compute instance list command. It was not working, and it was throwing straightforward permission error, right? So now it should not work. But after that, what we have done, we have created a service account, and then we have attached a role permission. And the role, what role permission we have attached? We have attached compute storage admin. So now that service account have that storage admin permission or role already, right? And that role is attached with the service account, and service account is attached with the VM instance. So now let me do run a command gcloud compute compute space instances space list. I think it is taking time. Let's wait. Permissions for projects. Let me do one thing. I have seen this issue because sometime what I feel, it's taking time to reflect. I was doing this before also, right? So I remember that it takes some time to reflect it. So let's wait some time, or meanwhile let me reboot my VM instances. It's not a mandatory step, but maybe for get the immediate effect or something. So let me try a reboot once. So let us verify our all the permissions assigned are right. So we created the service account, my essay test, and then we have given the essay test the necessary permission of storage admin. Okay. So we did a mistake. We given the storage admin access, right? So it will only get the storage admin access. Anyway, let the VM get rebooted. So we given only storage admin access, and then we were running Gcloud compute instances space list, right? Whereas we have not provided any compute related permission in the service account, right? That's why we were getting the error. If we would have run storage related commands, then it should work ideally. So anyway, let it come after the reboot. But I saw that when I was doing these labs prior, I saw that it's taking some time to reflect the permissions. That I saw that. So then what we will do, it got rebooted, right? So we will take one more SSH session. Yeah, the session got connected, right? So now let me do one thing. Let me run the same command. No, we will not run this command. Instead we will run gs util space ls. It should work. Our service account have the permission on the Google Cloud storage, so it's able to run and get that command. So now let me touch one file here. Otherwise let us download instead. Creating here gs util cp. What is our cloud storage bucket name? gs Sanoj test bucket. Sanoj test bucket. double eight. Yeah, what file we want to copy? We know that we have that jpg file, right? g1.jpg, we already have it. Yeah, we will use the same file. And where we want, we will copy that into the present working directory, right? So let me enter that. It's done, right? I copied the file into my present working directory. That is why g1 jpg space dot, right? So that represents the present working directory. So if I type ls, then yeah, our file got downloaded, right? You can see that file in our present working directory under Veloth Learn Cloud 3. So this is got copied from my Google Cloud Storage bucket to my local machine where I am running this command into the present working directory. And now what we will do, what we understand, whenever we given service account the permission of Google Cloud Storage role, right? That Google Cloud Storage role we attached, right? One moment. So we created an IAM role, and for that IAM role, we have added a permission of storage admin permission. Then this service account we have attached with the VM. Yeah, so here you can see, right, that service account is attached with the VM. So now if I draw this, it will be something like this. This is your service account, and you have attached certain role permission. Role, and what role? You can always fine grain this role, but as of now we have given storage admin role, and this role we attach to this service account. Sorry, ulta. One moment. And we have an VM instance. We have a compute engine VM instance, and we attached that role to that service account. We attached to compute engine, and now after doing that, we were from this VM was trying to communicate with your cloud storage bucket. So basically your compute engine was trying to communicate with your cloud storage using that command line utility, right? GS utility, it was trying to communicate between compute engine and cloud storage. So with service account was having that storage admin permission, so compute engine was able to communicate with the cloud storage. And at the same time, I was failed to run the Gcloud compute commands, because at this moment it have only storage admin permission, right? So now what we will do, we will try to add some compute engine permission as well. So let me hit on edit, and that let me add compute and admin related permission. So let me select the compute engine permissions. Let me filter compute admin. Let me save it. Yeah, it got saved. Now let me come back to our same session once again. We will run Gcloud compute space instances space list. It's able to communicate, right? Now I am able to see my instances status, or which are the instances running. I got that.